In founding Eating Recovery Center back in 2008, by the way, 5 weeks after Lehman Brothers went under, great time to start a new company, I was really focused on being a mission-driven company that solved problems in behavioral health. So we started out with eating disorders, recognizing that there was no organization in the US that was fully vertically integrated. By that I mean inpatient, residential, 7-day a week, 10-hour-a-day partial hospitalization, IOP. So that full continuum of care, so important to patient recovery. The other thing was being in network with all major insurance payers. I couldn't understand how you could have a mission-driven company and do what was being done at the time, which was to teach patients and families to use their 401k or their home equity to pay for treatment. It just seemed like an oxymoron to me. And then the other piece was to have thought leadership. I couldn't surround myself with enough national and regional thought leaders, many of whom were physicians. I also wanted to create a system of care that gave patients adequate and sufficient time for change. So the way this works is you can interrupt behaviors, but if you do not give the patient time to marinate in the change and the difference, they are not likely to have a sustained result. I really, having come out of the inpatient psychiatric model for a while, I felt like a chef. Patient would come in, I would tenderize with, at that time, lithium, thorazine, haldol, put in the milieu, cook 3 to 5 days, poof, discharge. Recognizing there was a high likelihood this patient was going to come back to me in the not too distant future. What we've created at Eating Recovery Center is in many ways the antithesis of that. As we grew, it became impeccably clear to me that we were the leader in the eating disorder space. We were the largest, we were the best, we had the most research, we had the most thought leaders. We really owned that piece of the eating disorder treatment continuum. We had also built a corporate back office and infrastructure. So it became clear to me that we could diversify and take what we had done in eating disorders and apply it to mood and anxiety. Thus, the origin of Pathlight. And really, again, Pathlight is intended to be a solution between the symptom interruption, short stay of a psychiatric hospital, and outpatient, where very often you're lacking the necessary and essential wraparound and resources to help the patient get well. So what we offer at Pathlight, we don't do inpatient psychiatric care. We have a residential model for the treatment of mood and anxiety disorders that allows us a longer length of stay because insurance companies understand and appreciate where we are in that continuum. We also then have the partial hospitalization program, which is different from the psychiatric hospitals that have a step down 3 to 6 day length of stay in a few hour a day partial program. Our partial program is an entry point as well as a step down. So docs are critical to everything that we do at Eating Recovery Center and Pathlight. I've said for a long time at Eating Recovery Center, we have more than 3 times as many physicians as our next 5 largest competitors combined.
Working for this company is unique because we were founded by a physician, a psychiatrist, and the whole premise has been physician-led teams. And we are still that model that has the physician at the center of the team working with experts, therapists, dietitians, nurses on how to actually manage these very complex illnesses. And it's a very rewarding experience.
I will hear from physicians as they think about joining us saying, well, I'm just worried that maybe eating disorders is a little too narrow and I won't be able to utilize my expertise. Well, guess what? The comorbidity in the eating disorder population says that you're going to use everything in your armamentarium to help people get well.
One of the things that I get asked a lot is, why did I choose to come join Pathlight Behavioral Health? And the reason for that is the people and the opportunity that we have with this company to really make a difference in patients' lives and to do it in a way that feels clinically appropriate with the right amount of time. Within our company, we have divisions that focus on eating disorders, so Eating Recovery Center. We have a division that focuses on mood and anxiety, so our mood and anxiety centers. And the reality is a lot of patients have a little bit of both. So they might be on the ERC side or they might be on the Pathlight side, but oftentimes they're going to have comorbidity, which as physicians and nurse practitioners and PAs, we all know that. No patient is any one thing, but sometimes they fit better in one particular program or another. And our approach is to take care of the patient, to do what's right for them and to provide all that wraparound service to be able to manage those comorbidities.
The other thing I would say to you if you're a physician thinking of joining us is it's one of the few places where it's truly a team approach. In the eating disorder treatment, you'll have a therapist, you'll have a dietitian, you'll have a medical physician. You as a team plan the course of treatment from day one. And the beauty of the model that we've set up is that insurance aligns with us in taking the best care of patients. On the mood and anxiety side, again, you'll have a team of people. The other thing that we try very hard never to do is to expect doctors to take care of more patients than is appropriate. So with many organizations nowadays, you can be called upon to take care of up to 30 patients a day, where you're coming in and consulting briefly on patients. That's not our model. We don't ever wish to replicate what's being done in that space.
The problem we have in the United States is especially our behavioral healthcare system is pretty fractured. So it's really hard to navigate and know where to go. Maybe you can find a place, but then is it providing quality care? Oftentimes, I think programs' reputations based on a certain physician or a certain therapist that's there. And if that person retires or leaves, is the quality still the same? What really intrigued me is knowing that we have a solid, mature company that's continuing to grow that has a reputation of providing best-in-class care and is transparent about their outcomes. What I want is for families, referring providers to go, hey, I recognize you need this specialized care. I actually don't know the doc or the therapist that works in that facility that's near you, but it's an ERC facility, it's a Pathlight facility. I feel confident in recommending that you go there because you're going to get really good care. And that is what excites me about joining a group like this. We have over 125 medical staff between our psychiatrists, our primary care providers, our nurse practitioners, and our PAs. And this diverse medical staff really helps us provide what I believe to be some of the best care in the entire country.
So, it's interesting. In many ways, Eating Recovery Center is a hybrid. We have inpatient, we have residential, we have partial, we have virtual services, but we also do a ton of research. I believe that there's no academic center in the country that published as much research as Eating Recovery Center did in the last couple of years.
We have all these thought leaders, both regionally and nationally. And by taking care of so many patients, we've also developed the reputation of actually having extremely good outcomes and quality data, which allows us to do primary research and to report on outcomes and figure out what actually works the best and what can we do to continue to improve and advance the science in taking care of patients. We actually published in the last year close to 30 papers, and this really allows our clinicians to continue to have that academic spark or interest and be able to recognize the care that they're doing can have profound implications across the country. Being part of this company gives us an opportunity to be really truthful when I say, I want you for your entire career. Because I know people are going to change over time. You may have a particular interest. My career has been that way. I've changed a lot of different times of my focus, the area that I work, and even employers. But what makes it special is because we're a national company, my hope is if life change events occur and you choose to move to another part of the country, that we have a facility there and we can actually keep you within our system and accommodate your life goals.
Well, the most rewarding part of what I do, because I'm a clinician at heart, is taking care of patients and their families. I love taking care of patients and their families. I am finding myself enjoying teaching younger clinicians how to do what I know how to do. I get to keep a team, which is fun for me, and then I also get to mentor younger clinicians and just teach them some of the things that I've learned over almost 3 decades of doing this.
When patients come to us, they can be quite ill. We watch them get better in front of our eyes. When they do our full continuum of care, we see them return to life and they get really better. And the families change. The families learn how to talk to them in a different way and problem solve with them in a different way. And so watching that all unfold is probably the best thing about what we do.
If you're a physician who loves to be on a team and work alongside other people, then the Eating Recovery Center is the place for you. I have really enjoyed my time being able to collaborate with other disciplines, dietitians, therapists, and psychiatrists to provide whole person care. And I believe that's what sets the Eating Recovery Center apart from other treatment facilities.
So previously I worked in an outpatient psych clinic and it was just a lot of patients back to back. This company is much more flexible as far as work-life balance. So I really like the flexibility of being here. We have amazing clinicians here from all different disciplinaries. So there's therapists, dietitians, psychologists, psychiatrists, the medical doctors. So there's always somebody here to support and help you. So just be okay to asking for help when you need it.